Okay. Hello. Um, I wanted to talk a little bit about um, masculine and feminine communication styles because it came up twice yesterday in two separate conversations, virtually the same questions coming up, and the same ideas about how they might have evolved these communication styles. With women. Although I did talk about it a little bit to the guy I had observed. It started when I was on a walk. Here comes Rue. I have something on my tongue. And I observed, I walked past two friends of mine, both men, working on a car. And, the hood was up, and they were bent over, one over the engine and one inside working the pedals. It was a clutch problem. And, the guy looking into the engine had his specs on and just the stillness. And I've seen it before with guys working on cars where they just, they're so focused on, they'll haul themselves under the car, with this kind of patience, and there's something about it that's fascinating to me, and particularly because they don't talk. There's very little talk. There's focus, there's observation, there's, okay, do this again. That's the sort of the extent of the talk. When I do this, it feels like that. And they talk about the doing part. And it's otherwise it's very quiet and focused. And as I was thinking about it, it made sense to me that with a lot of men's work, traditionally the hunting and so forth, there was it was advantageous to be quiet. As you're sneaking up on the game, you don't want to be going, hey, I see him over there. It's all sign language. I'll go this way, you go that way. I see the thing up ahead. And it seems to me, in contrast, women folk, and this is gross generalization, I know, but let's go there for a minute, need to talk. It's about communicating with the kid, and with each other, and keeping each other kind of in a similar rhythm. Like if you're pounding the grain or whatever, and you're singing, it allows you to establish this rhythm where you're all in unity. It's about being in unity. And telling the child, don't touch that. The child needs to know the language for that, whatever it is. That's dangerous. Don't touch it. Stay close. It's this very connective language. Guys is like, you go this way, I'll go that way. It's about splitting tack somehow. And one necessitating nonverbal communication, and the other requiring a call and response with the child, with each other, in a circle, together, and where the male thing may be aggressive, go out and do something to it. The female thing is more, it seems to me, protective. Protect the children. It's defensive. Learning how to be quiet when there's an aggressor. How to circle the wagons, how to protect the child. To be quiet in service of protecting. I mean, it's just, and the remarkable thing to me is that I had the same conversation with two different people. about this possibility that this is where the different styles evolved, and sometimes where there's a complete breakdown because the guy is wanting the quiet and the woman is wanting the connection through speech. And that can get us into some trouble, you know, with the guy thinking, oh God, won't you shut up? And the woman thinking, what's the matter with you? Why can't you talk? Girl babies talk faster. Boy babies go through space more, you know. Their brains are set up for spatial things. The female brain is set up more for communication. Even lobe to lobe in the brain, the spheres, the corpus callosum, you know, the part of the brain that connects right to left hemisphere is stronger, as I understand it, when you study the physical brains of men and, okay, these two stay out in this one. The physical makeup of the brains, women are stronger in this connective thing from hemisphere to hemisphere, in the connection. Let's see how that plays out. The cards that jumped out were Queen of Swords. This is an energy of talking, communication, in feminine energy. And in this one, she's, and it could be a he, she, they, a guy taking on this energy, which is, as I read it, clear, strong, communicative, and can tell one thing from another. Don't touch that. You know, fairly kind of no bullshit. You know, these are the boundaries for the child or for the self or for whomever. This is the way to do it based on my truth and the need to tell the truth, to speak. A little bit fiercely, does the Queen. Clearly, but like, clear as a bell. Temperance. Major Arcana card of Sagittarius, a fire sign. It's about blending two energies. Again, sort of female principle. Communicative. You and me talking, no bullshit. To achieve this sort of balance, this Sagittarian melding. Not melding in the sense of like you disappear into the other person, but there's a blend here. Two people reaching a destination by kind of mirrored paths. The two cups. Major Arcana card. Fire energy. Creative, connective, powerful. Four of Cups. Ordinarily, this is a card of kind of, can be in Major Arcana, in Rider-Waite, that traditional deck, depicts it sort of as a missed opportunity or yearning. Here it seems to me it's a meditative place of overflow, of kind of the trickle-down effect, sort of the cup so full. I mean, we see three distinct cups down here, and this sort of uber cup, the overflow filling all of them, and this brilliance coming out of that Ace of Cups. I don't think this is about missed opportunity, but it is about, in traditional Rider-Waite as well, waiting time while you're visualizing it. And this person's in meditation. in Rider-Waite, it's the sleeping person with the cup being proffered, but they're asleep or they're bored or they're not seeing it. This isn't that. It's envisioning it in the quiet. The love, envisioning the love. That isn't there. I mean, I hasten to say that, that's there in the vision, but not maybe present in 3D. It's a feeling for sure. These ones. Okay, another 4. This is a card of Pentacles, of that 3D thing that somebody's envisioning, 4 and 4. But there's a way in which this one always seems to me, because we have the sun again in the cup and sort of in the frame. The swan in motion, but it's like a freeze frame. And that makes sense because 4 of Pentacles can be kind of a freeze frame. In Major Arcana, it's the guy sitting down, almost like held stable by these pentacles. In the moment, not moving. And that's echoed here. The swan is in movement, but this is the one moment, the freeze frame. Not entirely sure what that means. And I think it's sort of the Queen of Swords saying a truth based on some thing that was glimpsed. I'm also getting like after image. Something she understood, that she saw, that left an imprint, an after image. Swords energy, air energy, is about vision, among other things. Eight of Swords, of a way out. 8 of Swords, it can be being in a trap, in a mindset, in a belief system, or something that would fix you. In a freeze frame. In traditional Rider-Waite, there's a woman blindfolded and bound, stuck in a circle of swords, of beliefs, or something that should be clear and on the move, stuck. Except there's this escape. There's a space for this sword energy, represented by the bird, almost an Aquarian energy of high flying, of overview. Something's been inhibiting that, but not anymore. And again, the bird. This is the bird in the freeze frame. Trapped, or believing. There's a belief system that's a trap, or it might even be somebody believing they're trapped. But suddenly there's this new sword energy, this new belief that shows them in that visionary way, the way out. And out they go as an eagle. Nothing frozen about that. King of Pentacles. So we've gone from this kind of pentacle energy of something sort of caught in time, the after image, the freeze frame. This is a very different kind of Pentacles energy. It's not 4 of Pentacles. frozen in time, stuck. It's about growing over time. It's a whole new way of relating to time. The Pentacles speak to time, among other things. Time, investment, authenticity, 3D. And I'm sorry, it's not the King, it's the Knight. It's that forward movement of the swan in the freeze frame. Except in this case, it's not no movement, but it is slow movement, slow growth, slow advancement. You know, I think because it's not in the realm of thought, which is very fast, I know how to get out of here. I have a vision of it, an Aquarian vision of it. This is like in real time, in 3D, it's about slow growth. You go from thinking about it to doing it in time. There's the tree, the Pentacles energy of something rooted and established. And in this case, it seems it's taken so long. The horse is like grazing. You know, not on the move, not in any kind of hurry. There's a half moon above. I'm not quite sure what that means. But whatever, knights are messengers, whatever this knight is delivering is real. Is something solid and stable, reliable and authentic. Taken a long time to get here. From the conception place, you know, how do I free myself and get out of here? You know, that could have been instantaneous. Wow, I see the way out. And then there's a certain degree of over time of a slog, a bit of a slog. You know, running in mud or something like that. But escaping the freeze frame. Knights are on the move with a message, a solid, I think in this sense, a solid ground, like solid truth. Moving forward very slowly and reliably after this period of a meditative, visionary, what do I feel? You know, I get it. This is what I feel. This is where I have to extricate from this sort of frozen place. You know, and I might want to fly like the eagle so fast, but in reality, 3D, it's slow going. Okay, on Temperance, we have this Ten of Wands, which we saw yesterday. A steady as she goes energy. And I said, I think yesterday, this almost seems to me to be an earth influence, the bear. You know, this forward movement, this kind of ability to drive forward, isn't fast. You know, in a way it's weighted down. But that cycle is wrapping up and moving forward, steady as she goes. Not fast. Wrapping up a cycle, yes. Moving to a better way of thinking about it, of talking about it, yes. Over time. And this suggests there's a cycle wrapping up and some sort of weight that needs to be jettisoned. You know, if you're on a boat and you're sinking or you're weighed down, you start throwing over what you don't need. And Ten of Wands is a bit about that. How do you lighten the load so that you can move forward? Not recklessly, but wrapping up some cycle. And that's clarifying temperance. Isn't slow, isn't fast, is a card of divine timing. However long it takes to get to this point of synthesis where these two things come together. These two energies are mixed. Fire energy, it's about, the special mixture that's the fuel for this kind of forward movement. The mixture for this forward movement. Is it high octane? Is it sunlight? It's something to do with fire, with fuel. Steady as she goes. Divine timing determines, when the new cycle will begin. And I want one on Queen of Swords because this springs from her. The female aspect of communication. She knows sword energy. She'll know divine timing. She'll know when it's time to move forward out of this sort of fixed place. And it's already underway. Because in sword energy, there's a liberation. And then the ability to put that into action in 3D. The stability, the strength, the groundedness. What is this? There was a lot of hesitation. Oops. Magician. Hesitation to manifest? Combining these sword energies, Gemini, the upper realm, and Virgo energy, Knight of Pentacles, the terra firma realm. How do we manifest it? And there's a hesitation to do that. Four of Pentacles can be a card of holding back. But I think she knows it's temperance, divine timing, to manifest this thing. That's her truth. Bringing through what's true and real. Bringing it through. Queen of Swords is manifesting, the end of the old cycle in a kind of, the Ten of Wands, in a steady as she goes way. It's not like, well, let's chuck everything out, baby with the bathwater. It's not that. But knowing it's time, major arcana time, to major arcana manifest on the level of the psyche. This thing I've envisioned. You can't manifest it without having it in some capacity, the vision of it. That Gemini energy of the clarity around connection. On the split, we have, oh gosh, that's brilliant. It doesn't really get better than that. Sorry, I'm having a hard time holding them, but there it is. Wheel of Fortune, star. This is Aquarian clarity. It's that sword energy visionary, being guided to where you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to be. It's a card of healing, of seeing, of being the seer from that higher perspective. And Wheel of Fortune, the advancement, the forward movement on an archetypal level, a card of karma and destiny. Steady as she goes, forward. It's divine. This is a card also of divine timing. The wheel has reached a point of change, advancement, kind of karmically, your destiny, being guided there to the healing place. It's a place of wishes granted, based on this sort of visionary thing that somebody's developed in their Four of Cups meditative place, where they had a vision of the Ace of Cups. They were sitting in meditation and got a vision of that Ace of Cups, the overflow in the heart space, feelings and connection, being guided there. That's what somebody's manifesting. Could be a Gemini or a Virgo. We have Queen of Swords, so I'm inclined to say it's probably that air sign person. I mean, this is clarifying Four of Cups. The vision, the clear overview, eagle vision. That not only shows you the way out, and I see the wheel again, where'd it go? Here we go. The wheel, the way out. In that sort of freeze frame moment, it's time to move forward. There's an opening. And you or somebody knows it. Knows the direction to head. The direction to head. And again, that sort of hub energy. The hub of the wheel. The hub of the wheel. The hub. The point around which everything else turns. And we got one more. And yeah, we're going to stop it here. The card that showed up is sort of more of the same. It's this energy in action. King of Wands, action taker, purposeful, passionate, knows where to go, how to get there, what to do once they get there. It's a card of direction and drive. Drive. That forward movement, but in fire. Passionate, purposeful, also balanced. Sagittarius, fire energy of the blend. Also a card of healing. Also a card of divine timing. And I think it's forward movement made possible by this high perspective, the place of clear vision. And somebody's gonna do it, King of Wands, Queen of Swords. A really nice blend of like, because they're both kind of cards of doing. Queen of Swords is no slouch. She's discerning all the time. What's true? What's true for me? And this guy knows too, on the basis of intuition, where to go and how to get there. You know, seeing it from a higher perspective and moving forward, out of the trap, the mind trap, sword energy, into sword clarity. Being guided to the healing place. Innovative, creative wellspring. And it's a blend of the two, of the above and below, Gemini, Virgo, and again, something about the hub, forward movement around this well, I think in part there's a karmic destiny to get out of to get out of Dodge. You know, whatever's been holding you back, be it a belief system, holding you back, sorry. Holding you back, or the other person back, or both of you. Because there is a both here. There's that Sagittarian blend. Not held back anymore. Going these sort of mirroring paths toward that place of healing. The place of healing. Guided there. And it's your destiny. Destiny is very much involved. But it's also, you know, jumping on that opportunity to get unstuck. Eight of Swords. Higher power, higher knowledge, greater clarity, greater ability to manifest. Together. Huzzah! Yippee! Inshallah. Next time.